Oh, hello there, darling. Welcome to Morning Joan, your daily dose of fashion, entertainment, and all the tea you can handle. I'm your host, Joan, and I am so excited to dive into today's top story. So, last night was the 2025 Fashion Los Angeles Awards, and honey, the red carpet was on fire. The event, hosted by the hilarious Matt Rogers, honored some of the biggest names in fashion, including Betsey Johnson, who received a Lifetime Achievement Award. I mean, can you think of anyone more deserving? The woman is a legend. And then there were the other honorees, like Tyra, who was recognized as a fashion icon. Because, let's be real, she's still got it going on. Demi Moore's stylist, Brad Goreski, was named Style Curator of the Year, and I have to say, his work with Demi has been everything. Now, let's talk about the looks on the red carpet. Oh my God, savvy. There were so many stunning outfits, but a few that really caught my eye were Chappelle Roan in a gorgeous floral dress, Ashley Park rocking a purple number, and Selma Blair and Betsey Johnson as metallic twinsies. I mean, who doesn't love a good coordinating outfit? And then there was the rest of the gang. Andrew Matarazzo looking dapper in Balenciaga, Lily Singh serving up some serious sass, and Adriana Lima. Well, she's just Adriana Lima, folks. Need I say more? Now, I know what you're thinking. Joan, this all sounds like a fabulous party. And trust me, it was. But as always, there were a few fashion missteps. Like, what was James Charles thinking with that? Anyway, we'll be discussing all the hits and misses from the Fashion Los Angeles Awards throughout the show today. We'll also have some other juicy stories to dish about, including the latest on the 2025 NBA playoffs, and some exciting news from the world of entertainment. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and get ready for a morning full of fun, fashion, and all the tea you can handle. We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, folks. I hope you're all doing fantastically well today. We've got a great segment lined up for you, and I'm excited to dive into the world of comedy and television. You know I love a good chat about the latest shows, and today we're talking about one of my favorites, Hacks. Now, if you haven't watched Hacks yet, let me tell you, it's a must-see. The show is all about the complex and often hilarious relationship between two women, Deborah and Ava, played by Jean Smart and Hannah Einbinder. And I have to say their chemistry on screen is just magic. Recently, I came across an interview with Mark Indelicato, who plays Damien on the show. And let me tell you, he's just as charming in real life as he is on screen. He talked about how much he loves being a part of Hacks, and how the show's portrayal of female friendship is something that really resonates with him. But what I found particularly interesting was when he discussed the possibility of a romantic relationship between Deborah and Ava. Now, wow. I know some of you out there might be shipping these two characters hard, but Mark Indelicato had a really thoughtful take on it. He said that, while he thinks it would be hot to see them kiss, he's not sure it's necessary for the story. And I have to agree with him. Sometimes the most compelling relationships are the platonic ones. The interview also touched on the recent Los Angeles wildfires and how they affected the production of Hacks. Mark Indelicato talked about how important it is to support the entertainment community in LA and to keep production jobs local. As someone who loves Los Angeles, I couldn't agree more. Wow. Finally, when asked what he would say to his character Damien if he could, Mark Indelicato had a simple but lovely answer. Loosen up, dude. Calm down. Just hang out. I think we could all learn from that advice, don't you? And that's a wrap for today's second cup of tea, folks. Thanks for joining me on this chat about Hacks and the talented Mark Indelicato. Stay tuned for today's last cup of tea right here on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, folks. We've got one more exciting story to share with you before we wrap up today's show. You know how much I love a good underdog tale, and this one is just incredible. Meet Cam Ward, the talented quarterback, who's gone from being a relatively unknown player to being the top pick in the NFL draft. Now, let me take you back to Cam's humble beginnings. This 22-year-old Texan didn't exactly have a smooth start to his football career. He played in a wing T system in high school and didn't get much attention from college scouts. In fact, Division II schools ghosted him, and Jimbo Fisher even wanted him to walk on as a tight end at Texas A&M. Can you believe it? But Cam persevered, and his big break came when he started playing for the Miami Hurricanes. And what a season he had! He completed 305 of 454 passes for 4,313 yards and 39 touchdowns with only 7 interceptions. The numbers are staggering, folks. Fast forward to the NFL draft, and the Tennessee Titans snagged Cam as their top pick. I mean, who wouldn't want this talented quarterback on their team? And let's not forget the other exciting picks from the draft, like Travis Hunter, the former Colorado Buffaloes wide receiver and cornerback, who was taken by the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's stories like Cam Ward's that remind us that with hard work, determination, and a bit of luck, we can achieve our wildest dreams. And I must say, I'm loving this full circle moment for Cam, going from being an underdog to being a top NFL pick. It's truly inspiring. That's all for today's Morning Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay fabulous.